to spread happiness during this next 60 minutes through the astrological books. Because I've been to corporate since last 20 years and I was in program management, project management. So I have a different type of the definitions for the happiness because we always believe in the corporate happiness about the salary, about the promotion, about the perks, about the prosperity, about the professional growth. But once I came to an astrology world, then I found every individual is a different, just like our thumbprint. No one is like same like others. So even if I can see these two windows in my laptop, Lakhanji and Nitinji, even for that happiness definition could be different for both of them. The same situation might Lakhanji could be happy like anything, but might the same situation Nitinji can get upset also. So why such things is happen? So astrology can help for particular people that people can feel happiness in which type of the situation. So here I took the subject that acceptance and energy alignment. Accepted energy alignment is a key to success. For me, once I can see that happiness through the astrological view. As I told, every individual is a different. So every individual have the different emotions also. So before I start this session, just request 3 4 that one pointer notes definition of happiness. Either let me start with the why we start with the happiness. That because once we discuss about the day, to can feel that presence of day, we can discuss about the dark night also. So let me give you, let me invite some of the one pointer note for darkness, sadness, because this session is very close to emotions. Maybe it may be the English. I can talk in Hindi also. Because just before the session, we talked about the stupid happiness. That stupid happiness, but some of the person they feel very happy in a stupid things also. For me also, once it start the rain, first rain, always I try to enjoy that first rain. For some of the people that is the stupid mood, but for me it's immense happiness also. So first thing we have to aware, even in our family also, if we have a 4 members in family, 6 members family, one person can like pizzas, but the same time some person like chapati bhaji only. Some person can like western, some person like ethical wears also. So that happiness can't bond with the any definition. So how this astrology can help to define what is the happiness for that particular person? Because I believe that happiness, there are no definition at all. Because the same definition can fit for one person, but the same definition cannot fit for the other person also. So, if we talk about the astrology words, so in astrology, what your birth chart is. Let me discuss about the birth chart. What we talk about the Kundali. What is the Kundali? Kundali is the planetary position combination at the time of your birth with respect to you. Because of that, every Kundali is different from other Kundlis. It's just like your thumbprint. So every person emotion is different from other persons, and which we can identify through astrology words. So from your respective birth chart. So what happened in astrology words? We are primarily focused about three major planets. One is moon. In astrology, we define moon for your emotions. So placement of moon in your birth chart can define for which particular situation, either which particular material thing can make you happy. The second most primary planet, that is sun. Sun represents your respect, your authority, your position. But it's not mandatory everyone want to be face this word frankly. Some of the people, they can be a maker and they are happy. They don't want to be comes front. One person who could be the superstar in a Bollywood, but the same time there's some other person who direct the superstar and make himself happy. At the same time, one person who is a celebrities, but the sometimes another person who is feeling happy like a guru who make that person like a celebrity. So it always represent by sun. Which type of the luxury you want to earn in your life and make it happy? That because of Venus in your chart. So Venus placement in your chart can define which type of the luxury, which type of the comfort you want in your life. Because some of the person who have a luxury but they are not happy, but some of the person who don't have any luxury but they are extreme happy. So here I took the subject acceptance. Why you took the subject acceptance? Because acceptance is a key word to make you happy. What you are, you have to know about your strength, you have to know about your weaknesses, and you have to accept it. So once we are going through the chart analysis, always we try to explain the strength first. Which type of the strength you have and how can you use for your betterment and which can give you a happiness. At the same time, in your birth chart, some of the planetary combinations can make you annoying, can give you hidden obstacle in your life. But we can use that negative aspect also for your own benefit. Let me give you an example. In society, that is the myth that Manglik people is not good people for getting a married. But is it myth? Manglik, what Manglik means? Manglik means that more prominent effect of Mars in your birth chart, more prominent effect of Mars in your life. What is the Mars in astrology? Mars in astrology is aggression, courage, risk taking. So, if your friends, either your son, either anyone surrounding you, the person who have the Manglik Kundali. So, most of time we advise कि मोती पहना दो, गुस्सा शांत रहने को बोलो, सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा. But how can it will be possible? By birth he have that aggression, high in energy, hyperactiveness. You cannot suppress by just giving a gyan. What is the important in this case? In this case, important yes, your son is hyperactive. You have to accept his first because that is the small child. He cannot accept. But as a parent, you have to accept it. Your children is hyperactive because of the Mars effect in his life. So rather than dominate him, give a gyan to him, don't get angry for a small thing. It can't work. What need to important in such situation? You have to accept it. Without knowing the astrology, you have to accept it. Your children is hyperactive. And after acceptance, you have to use this quality. This is not a disquality. This is the quality. You have to use this quality for his betterment. You promote him to be a part of sport activities in school. Rather than pushing him to study and more study in home, you have to allow him to go for playing some physical activities, sport activities. You need to push him to prepare for NDA. You need to prepare him to push for IPS officer. You need to prepare him for armed forces. The same quality at the same time, it is a disadvantage for that fellow. It could be advantage for his own career. So here I'm raising the topic why we are afraid about our disadvantage. In this forum, most of people they are a research background. I have multiple chart of doctors, and I found in doctors' chart, moon is always affected. Moon is emotions in our chart. And most of doctor, most of psychologists, they have moon is always affected. What it means? Most sensitive people are adopted. Why? That is their disadvantage. They are not emotionally very strong, but still they are in a top position of society and very respected position of society in a medical profession because they choose कि उन्होंने अपनी कमजोरी को अपना हथियार, right? So rather than moving back, either अपनी कमजोरी के पीछे भागने के बजाय क्यों ना अपनी कमजोरी को हम उसको अलाइनमेंट करें, उस एनर्जी को अलाइनमेंट करें। एक सिंपल सी स्टोरी सुनाता हूँ, मेरे गुरुजी ने मुझे सुनाया था जब मैंने एस्ट्रोलॉजी सीखना चालू किया था। आई होप एवरीवन अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी आल्सो इन दिस फोरम। जब सती माँ पार्वती जी का जन्म हुआ तो नारद जी आए। मैना जी ने उनसे क्वेश्चन किया, दिखा पत्रिका बनवाई उनकी और उनसे पूछा कि बताइए राजकुमारी की पत्रिका कैसे। नारद जी ने बताना चालू किया तो माए ना अगर बच्ची 2 महीने का हो तो भी पूछती है कि भाई ससुराल कैसा होगा, पति कैसा। तो नारद जी ने बताना चालू किया कि परम शक्तिशाली होंगे, जटे सर पे जटा होगा, जटे पे गंगा जी होंगे, गले पे नाग होगा और भभूति से लटके हुए, छाल पहने हुए, इस टाइप का एक पुरुष के साथ इनकी शादी हुई। अब मैना जी तो रोने लगे, बोले इससे अच्छा तो मैं बच्ची को मार दूं, ऐसे पति मिलेगा उससे अच्छा फिर बच्ची की मार दूं। तो उनने फिर क्या होता है कि हमारे एस्ट्रोलॉजी वर्ल्ड में बड़ा कहानी है कि कोई एक्सेप्टेंस नहीं करना चाहता, हर आदमी ये पूछता है कि आप पूजा कराओ कि चीजें चेंज हो जाए। तो नारद जी ने भी वही बोला कि देखो मैना जी कुछ होने वाला नहीं है, विधि के विधान को कोई मिटा नहीं सकता, मिलेगा तो ऐसा ही, आप कुछ भी कर लो मिलेगा तो ऐसा ही। तो मैना जी ने बोला फिर आप बताओ आप करना क्या है। तो उन्होंने बोला एक काम करते हैं ना, जो क्वालिटी मैंने बताया उस क्वालिटी का बेस्ट चूज करते हैं, बेस्ट के लिए प्रयास करते हैं, क्योंकि एस्ट्रोलॉजी कैन गिव यू अ पाथ ओनली, लेकिन उस पाथ को पाने के लिए 50% इज वेटेज ऑफ कर्मा। तो आप मेहनत कीजिए। उन्होंने बोला कि दुनिया में इस क्वालिटी का सबसे अच्छा शख्स है शिव जी, तीनों लोगों में। तो आप एक काम करो, बिटिया को शिव जी की आराधना में लगाइए, उसकी तपस्या में लगाइए, शिव जी मिलेगा तो देखिए कैसे उनका वो होता है। तो दिस इज द एनर्जी, रादर देन उसके लिए रोना पिटना भागना, उससे दूर जाना, उसके लिए इलाज कराना, साइकोलॉजिस्ट के पास लेके जाना, वैद्य के पास लेके जाना, कुछ काम नहीं आने वाला है। काम क्या आने वाला है कि आप उसकी एनर्जी को पहचाने, उस एनर्जी के साथ काम कीजिए। I can give you another example. If your children having that Venus is very prominent. What Venus is in astrology? Venus is a luxury. Venus is the art. Venus is web, complete that glamour. And people is pushing him because one of my client, he is a IPS officer, and his son is a prominent Venus in chart. 4 times his son is already attempted IPS, but he's not correct at all. बट फादर ड्रीम इज बिग फॉर हिज सन, ये नहीं भाई, इसको तो कलेक्टर ही बन जाएगा सर, नहीं बनेगा, बिकॉज वो चाहता नहीं है सर, बिकॉज हिज चार्ट इज दैट inner soul is not feel pleasure, feel happiness to be a IPS, IS officer. He want a musician. He want a director. He want to work in a creative world. He want to design, be a part of design in this IT world. He want to pursue BTech in designing. He want to explore the world because that international exposure is more. So my that subject in this forum is, if that definition of happiness, you cannot draw one line. That is a unique and individual for each and every human being, every person. Even I know Lakhan sir, he is from agriculture research background. आप लोग जब एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हो और आप लोग जब रिसर्च करते हो तो फूल भी मुस्कुराते हैं सर। हमसे ज्यादा नेचर समझता है हैप्पीनेस क्या होता है। नेचर को पता होता है कि सुबह सनराइज होता है और वो सनराइज की तरफ देखता है, रात को फूल सिकुड़ जाती है, दिन को फूल खुल जाता है। तो सबकी अपनी एक अलग कहानी। Every individual, every human being having different emotions, or every human being can feel that happiness in different way of their own personality. And astrology can make a difference. Just like we are taking that educational counselor, and after that, now in this world, because you are a nuclear family, there are the mostly the mental disorders, even because of the work pressure, because of the marriage problem, because of the financial problem. Yes, sometimes because of the more finance also. तो दुखी होने के लिए भी कोई रीजन नहीं है सर। जैसे सुख के लिए कोई रीजन नहीं, वैसे दुख होने के लिए कोई रीजन नहीं। सुबह का धूप एक इंसान को खुशी देता है, वो कर्टेन खोलता है, एट द सेम टाइम आपका सेकंड नेबर जो होता है वो सुबह सुबह कर्टन पूरा बंद करता है, बिकॉज इट डोंट लाइक। यू कैन नॉट डिफाइन कि सुबह की रोशनी सबको खुशी देता है, यू कैन नॉट डिफाइन कि पहली बारिश सबको खुशी देता है, यू कैन नॉट डिफाइन कि दिल्ली का सर्दी सबको अच्छा लगता है, यू कैन नॉट डिफाइन कि सबको गर्मियों में शिमला चले जाना चाहिए क्योंकि वहां पर बर्फ। some of the people around us, they don't like snowfall. So here, if you can see the person in astro view, we come to know which type of situation, either which type of the materialistic approach, either which type of the things you can give that person. And it comes through acceptance. Once they are children, then parent can accept what they are. Once we grown up, we need to accept what we are. And we need to use our quality for betterment, as well as we need to use our disadvantage to use disadvantage in a right place. Let me give one another example, because this example is completely fair for scientist community. In scientist community, as I said, all this medical profession, they have moon is afflicted with some malefic planets. But in scientist, moon is mostly afflicted by Saturn. What's Saturn in astrology? Saturn is the stability in astrology. Saturn is the slowest moving planet in astrology. Saturn is a discipline. Saturn is a karma. Saturn is a justice. But as well as that moon is the emotions. Fastest moving planet. Even in a second, we can think thousands of thoughts. So most of scientist people, they have in their birth chart moon and Saturn together. So once moon is under control of with Saturn, that moon can think the same thing multiple times. And it can help scientists to do the research. So if one person can feel happy to do the research, and if we can feed the same person for sport, it can't be possible. Even in our family also, वाइफ बोल रही है कि नहीं मुझे तो म्यूजिक कंसर्ट पे जाना है, उसी समय हस्बैंड बोलता है कि नहीं यार अभी तो इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट चल रहा है भाई, मुझे तो वही देख। हाउ कैन यू डिफाइन कि क्रिकेट सबको खुशी देता है? कैसे आप डिफाइन कर सकते हो कि म्यूजिक सबको खुशी देता है? कांट बी पॉसिबल। Within the family also, within the couple also, choices is different. Husband can like different flavor of ice cream, wife can like different flavor of ice cream. So we need to accept it. Why we are forcing others कि मुझे वनीला पसंद है तो भी वनीला खा ले? You make yourself happy to have a vanilla ice cream, but allow your wife to give him a butterscotch, right? So acceptance is a key fundamental of life to make you happy. That acceptance for yourself as well as acceptance for your surroundings, not only for you. You have to accept your children, what they are. You have to accept your spouse, what she is. And most important thing, accept yourself, what you are. Don't pretend. That is very important in astrology. So this is from my side, sir, because I want this session has to be very interactive and I don't want to get bored because stupid जब हम हैप्पीनेस की बात कर रहे थे तो आप देखो अगर स्टूपिड हैप्पीनेस अगर हैप्पीनेस नहीं देता तो कपिल शर्मा का शो टॉप रेटिंग शो नहीं। तो वी कैन नॉट से कि समथिंग स्टूपिड समथिंग